everyone. Welcome to another session. Today we're going to talk about tax season and tax preparation. I know tax season has arrived and a lot of us are getting ready to file our taxes, and I just wanted to share some tips that I use for my tax preparation and filing. One of the things I like to do is be organized. So if you have been working the past year, you've had a full-time job or a part-time job, I encourage you to get all your documents in order, your W-2s if you have them, and if you don't have them, your employer should be able to provide those to you. So make sure you have those in order. If you have any HSA, that's health saving account expenses, have all those prepared as well. If you've been making any contributions to other retirement accounts, have that paperwork or that trail set aside as well, or organized in one file. I typically like throughout the year for my HSA expenses, I like to have them in a separate folder with all the receipts and everything, and I will write for whatever tax year it is, because if you aren't aware, you have until April 15th to submit your taxes, and if you don't do it by that time, you can always file an extension. I typically like to do it by April 15th, but I understand that there can be times, especially if you are a business owner or if you are the employer, that you would want to wait to gather all the necessary documents that you need in order to file your taxes. I also know that some people like to take advantage of tax loss harvesting strategies, and so they will typically delay filing their taxes until they have everything all set and prepared by their tax advisors or their CPA if they're working with one. And then just going back to the retirement piece of it, because it's really important. If you have been making contributions, just mark how much of the contributions you've been making. I do know now that some of the tax filing companies online like HR Block and TurboTax may allow you to consolidate or link your other accounts with your profile online so that it pulls over whatever contributions or withdrawals you have been making on your retirement accounts. And it will obviously depend from person to person. There are times when you're eligible to make a withdrawal, and there are times and instances when you could be eligible to make a withdrawal outside of standard withdrawal guidelines. So it really depends on your situation as a person. Age may or may not factor into that. So always look at the fine print too. And I encourage you to also go and read the IRS website to make sure that you're following the guidelines, because you don't want to get assessed a penalty for an early withdrawal if it was not if it was not a reasonable exception that was made. And then the other thing with retirement accounts is that obviously you're going to you could have both. You could either have the traditional and the Roth, or you could have just the traditional and just a Roth. You could also have a 401k plan or a SEP plan. So just making sure that you were within the limits of your contributions for those, making sure you have the numbers right. And like I said, again, a lot of these online platforms do allow you to link your account so you can see your activities and you have an accurate pull of what was happening throughout the year, because sometimes it's kind of hard. It can be really difficult if you're not meticulous about keeping your documents in order to remember when you did something. And that's why a lot of people go to their financial institutions asking for bank statements, but also the banks and the financial institutions are required by law to send you your tax forms. So keep an eye out for them in your email And if you haven't received them, reach out to your financial institution and ask for the specific tax form you're looking for. And also your regular accounts, if you have an interest, they will send you an interest form for whatever interest you have accrued on any of your accounts if they're interest bearing. So just make sure you are also putting that in, because you don't want to be assessed a penalty by the IRS for not fully disclosing your income. Okay, let's see, what else do I do? The other thing I would say is make sure that when you're filing your taxes, you have all the documents you need. And if you anticipate that you're going to get a tax refund, just making sure you're putting the right information that's needed for the tax company, the tax preparing company, to refund that to you, because you don't want to miss that out on that. One of the tips I will say, if you're one of those late filers out there, take advantage of maxing out your contributions, and max out your contributions for your HSAs and your IRAs, because those are tax advantaged accounts. The more you can put away towards retirement, the better for you financially and the better for you tax wise. So I encourage you to do that, and you have until April 15th if you want those contributions to count towards your tax filing report, or whatever you're going to report on your taxes. Okay, I believe that's it for now. If I have any more tips between now and April 15th, I will be sure to share them with you. For now, I just want to wish you a great rest of January. I'm sure I will be on here again sharing more details about other things, but this was specifically dedicated to those of you who are looking for quick and simple tips on how to file your taxes easily. All right, that's it from me. See you next time, and be sure to subscribe.